What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Game Changers podcast. I'm in here with T. Horton and Boss Man Jay. Today we talking about the big mega fight that we've all been waiting on. Canelo versus Crawford. Bud versus Canelo. Yeah, man, it's about to be popping tonight. I wish I could be in Vegas tonight with the other Nebraska folks, but it's all good, man. We won't be here at the crib watching it, man. So what are y'all expectations for the fight? Who do y'all think is gonna win? And yeah, man. Are y'all betting
Hey,
on this fight?
man, it's tough for me to bet on it. I know, my guy said since he in Nebraska, of course he going for Bud, but I think most black people pretty much going for Bud. Just like I would assume most Mexicans are going for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But aside from that part of it, just the Bud being coming up so high in weight, that's kind of a disadvantage, I guess you could say. But these two world class fighters, both on Hall of Famers, probably, no matter what happened in this fight. But I guess I'll just say I'm going with Bud.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm a Bud Crawford fan, like a lot of people are here in the state of Nebraska, especially in Omaha. But just following his career, I like to see homie, get to that, be undisputed in multiple weight classes like he's trying to be, and just get to his position of that guy essentially. But Canelo's not going to be easy. I don't think it's gonna be a knockout by Bud if he wins. I think it's gonna go into a decision. Hopefully the judges give it to him. But it's gonna be a lot. He moved up in weight. He moved up a lot. Canelo didn't have to move up on any type of weight. And is Bud gonna be able to take his power? That's a lot of other things people are feeling. Is Bud gonna be able to take the punches from Canelo? So that's the other thing we're gonna have to see tonight. Is he gonna be able to take Canelo's power? He's gonna be able to take those shots. That's gonna be one thing that we're gonna have to be like, okay, Bud, or we fought certain people, and that's the other thing. That's the whole Canelo's thing against Bud during the whole press conferences. Has Bud really fought anybody? And that's the other argument. I don't really like the argument. I think Bud's gonna be completely fine because a lot of in his prime, he couldn't fight the people that he really wanted to fight. Boxing has a lot of politics, so people say he got spent late. He got spent after the all the accidents and all this. So I don't think Bud get a fair shake when it comes to who he fought. Yeah, he don't get the fair shake with who he fought or who he didn't fight. Bro's still that guy, and I think he gonna prove it tonight. What you think about it, T. Horton?
Man, I mean, you basically took a lot of my points away, but to add to what you were saying, I'm definitely rolling with Bud, but at the same time, I got a lot of questions within this fight. Like the longer the rounds go, the longer the fight goes, later in the rounds, like, can Bud sustain the power punches from Canelo? That laying on him and tossing him around, can he be able to handle that? Plus the extra weight that he's put on. He's not used to fighting at that size. So does that take a factor later in the fight? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm pulling for Bud. I hope Bud can pull this thing off. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo knock him out.
Man, Canelo is like a razor,
I've seen. I didn't mean to cut you off, Rob. Yeah, but and that's standing toe to toe. How Bud normally starts his fight off with. In the early rounds, he feels you out. I don't really think he had the time to stand there and feel Canelo out. You feel what I'm saying? I think you have to win those early rounds because you uncertain of what's going to happen in those later rounds. You feel?
Crawford, Canelo coming up. Who you got?
Listen. Crawford's a great fighter, one of the greatest I've ever seen. I love Crawford. I try to be like him.
The thing is, we talk about Canelo, one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Canelo's so big, so strong.
His head movement, it's literally nearly impossible to hit this guy.
Canelo the shit. That Crawford the boy.
Crawford, he's one of the best pound for pound, dangerous. He's got a mean streak. I love him.
Do you think Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he will. He's one of those guys that if you tell him he can't do something, he wants to show you and shock you.
1,000%.
People want to see greatness, and they want to see greatness go against other greatness and see who wins.
Two of the greatest fighting each other. Either one of them in this fight, they're the best fighter of the era.
As much as I love Canelo, I'm going for Crawford.
Terrence Crawford, who's the best ever?
Canelo Alvarez.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
I have to go Canelo.
I think Crawford gonna take it.
I'll go Canelo, you go with Terrence.
Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez.
I'm betting on Bud.
I'm going with Bud.
I can't call it. I won't call it.
When is the fight?
13th.
September 13th.
Who you like?
Now, just like you said, Rod.
With that being said, you got all the blacks loaded up over Crawford, and you got everybody else against Canelo. I'm jumping on that. I'm jumping on it for sure. I'm jumping on that Bud bandwagon. Well, I wouldn't even say that Bud bandwagon, but I'm definitely rooting for Bud. But man, like I said, man, I don't know, man. I've seen Canelo fight. Canelo can take punches. Bud ain't really been hit like that by nobody.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
And I think people need to factor in too that Canelo, he just has the premier list of fighters on his resume. Obviously, going later into his career, people are gonna say he's been ducking people. He don't want to fight certain people. But at the end of the day, bro done fought Floyd Mayweather. And I think that alone, him fighting, and that's almost 10. I think that's 10 years ago. I think on the dot. I think he fought him in 2015, and that right there, him being a younger guy, him taking that loss, that I think alone is something that's going to motivate him going into the night. Him losing to Floyd back then, and that was his biggest fight, I think, since this fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I think he's gonna take that, just that being an older guy now, even though he's younger than Bud. I think he's 33, Bud 37, 38.
No, I think 136,
Bud
137, right?
Bud 37 and Canelo 35.
Okay.
35. Okay. But my thing is, like I said, Canelo fought earlier this year, right before they announced this fight. Canelo fought earlier.
Yeah, he fought
I watched that fight.
Didn't he?
I watched. I don't recall exactly what day it was, but I sat there and I watched that fight. And to be honest with you, I really feel like Canelo lost that fight. But due to the fact that they had already had this mega fight set up, they had to give Canelo that win in order to promote this fight. Yeah. But that was a different fighter. That was a guy in that division. I mean, in that weight class. He was also an up-and-coming guy. He was younger. He was stronger. He was faster. He was also undefeated. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I seen Canelo eat those punches as well. So, like that guy was hitting Canelo with some punches. So I don't know, man. Bud had his work cut out for him tonight.
Yeah, and that's my thing is, if it goes to a decision, I don't know if the politics of boxing favor Bud. That's my one thing. Like the decision has to be clear as day.
Yeah,
that Bud
sure.
just whooped Canelo to a bloody pulp. He just ain't knock him out. Like one of them just slobber knocker fights where they just going back and forth, but nobody got knocked out. But it's gonna have to be on Bud's side. Bud's gonna have to just be landing these crazy punches where he's just landing on some Rocky Balboa type. Like he's gonna have to be just going crazy.
It's gonna have to be abundantly clear that he
Right.
won the fight.
But at the same time,
it's not
at the same time, dude, is Bud even used to going the distance with people, because he's so used to knocking people out? You feel what I'm saying? And so how does Bud hold up after the 8th round per se? You know what I mean? How does he hold up later on? Like that's another worry of mine.
It's a lot of question marks, man, and I think that's the great part about the fight. Nobody truly knows. I think that's what makes it so great, and they both will stand in there, and I think they both will fight. Like you were saying earlier, Bud likes to fill out fights, though. He likes to fill the fighter out, because that's exactly what he did to Spence. I was at that fight, and that's exactly what he did to Spence. He felt him out the first couple rounds, and then once he knew where he wanted to go at, that's when he took over in the later rounds and just started, pummeling him. But is he going to be able to do that with Canelo? With Canelo being a way better fighter, in my opinion, at least at this point in his career, than somebody like Spence. And obviously more weight, a bigger weight class. So it's not like he's just
another part of that, both of these guys, my bad, but both of these guys are some of the best counter punchers ever. Both of them.
Yeah.
Like Canelo is straight up counter puncher. He wants you to come forward to him, but the thing is, most people are not gonna, because they're afraid of his power or whatnot.
Mhm.
So it's hard for him to set you up with his counter punches. But the head movement and all that, he's one of the best counter punchers ever. And on the other side, Bud, you could say the same. Bud actually ran out of legitimate contenders, so you got to respect the fact that he looked around and found the closest, biggest fight that he could, muster up. And he went to fighting because, like Tom Brady said, we want to see the best against the best, bro. We don't want to see you beating up on the same people.
Bud is also getting the biggest payday he ever had, so we don't know if that plays a factor in this shit as well.
Okay, can we talk about that part then? Because right here it said Canelo is set to earn $150 million this weekend, while Terrence Crawford would just take home $10 million. Crawford says he's just doing it for the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean
what do you say about
BS.
that?
I mean, that's BS at the end of the day.
I don't think that total would be that big of a gap. Not that big of a gap. You dig what I'm saying? 150 to 10. I don't know about that. And Crawford definitely ain't doing it for the opportunity. He definitely want to go improve and show the world.
Canelo may have his own, promotion. It might
but
be
this
Canelo's
is all that this is all that Saudi got.
Yeah,
this is all his doing.
Turkey out of sheep.
Yeah, this is all his doing. So this ain't got nothing to do with Canelo promotion because this dude paying for these fights out his pocket and shit. So it's no promotion outside of there. That's why you get that.
True. Is what we're saying. I
don't think that.
The first numbers I saw were 150 for Canelo, 50 for Bud. That's what I saw. But I think this number might have been confirmed at the press conference. Don't take my word for it. But I'm pretty sure something had came up in the press conference or whatnot that I think it was those numbers are legit. But I mean, you had to double check. We get off the stream or whatever. But yeah.
And another worry of mine, like I said, it almost seemed like the more I talk, it almost seemed like I'm going for Canelo. But another worry of mine is we've seen Canelo take the bigger hits. We've never seen Bud just take hits. So can Bud actually fight through those hits? Because Canelo gonna come with his own power. And we all know that's a powerful man. You know what I'm saying? So can Bud actually take those punches?
Yeah, that's gonna definitely be a big part of the fight because when Bud fights people, he's usually the bully. He's usually the one that's gonna bully the fighter, to the later rounds. He's gonna have that advantage if you look at the fighter. Like, who do you think is gonna be the bully in this fight? Bud's usually gonna be the bully. I don't think anybody's ever really just bullied him in a fight, and he's usually that guy. So this last fight, when he fought in L.A. against Murdermov or whatever, he had that crazy style. That threw Bud off a little bit. I think that's gonna help Bud a little bit. When he fought Murdoch or whatever, I think he's from the same place as Triple G, the same country, that same area. But I think that's gonna help Bud a little bit because he's gonna be used to being like, okay, there's different little styles I'm gonna have to fight. Even though we know that, Canelo's orthodox, he's not necessarily doing no crazy stances and all this bouncing around. But I think that was a good fight for Bud on his resume because he had an awkward style. And he even he had Bud figured him out towards the end a little bit, but it still was kind of throwing him off. It threw him.
I remember that fight. Yeah. But to Bud's defense, he got one of the greatest in his corner, which is Mayweather. So Mayweather can tell him about, the ins and outs to beat Canelo. If Bud get that roll down, that defensive roll that Mayweather was teaching him, I mean, he can avoid a lot of punches.
And Bomac, Big Bomac, he know what he's doing too. He know them fighters. He knows what Canelo's gonna do. He's gonna give Bud the right tips, what to do in there. What to look for, what punches to look for, to do this at this time, don't do this at this time. He's a great trainer. So I think he got all the tools to go in there and win the fight. But will he be able to do it? That's what we're going to
with all that being said, can he take that punch that Canelo is gonna give out?
Yeah, because that's what it comes down to. That's what fighting comes down to. Can you take a hit? Because you could do all that hitting. You know what I'm saying?
But can you take what?
Yeah, that's what
And
fighting.
but my bad. No, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what fighting comes down to. That's all. That's what it comes down to. Do you have the chin? Do you have the body? Can you take that body punch? Because I know for sure Bud ain't fought nobody that got a body punch like Canelo.
And ain't nobody tested Bud Chin like talk about it. But Canelo on the flip side has been through all of that.
He has. Because
I seen Triple G, man. It's like Triple G hit that boy with a power shot, and he came right with the counter at the same time, and he dropped Triple G. I done seen Bud get dropped off a counter. Like, he got up, man, but Bud definitely got dropped off by a lighter guy.
Yeah, and Rob made that point earlier. These are some of the best counter punches of all time. So who's gonna counter the best? That might be where the match is won at. Is in the counter. Who's gonna counter the best?
Yep, I think we definitely won't see a brawl, or we won't see we're gonna see a technical fight.
Damn it,
both of these guys.
Y'all could be.
I was about to say that. Come on now.
I don't think we're gonna get that. I don't think we'll get that. I don't think we'll get that.
Now I think Bud would be a fool to stand toe to toe and try to fight Canelo.
Exactly.
I think he'll be a fool with that.
Exactly. And this on Netflix. Let's remember the context of this fight. You know what I'm saying? I guess we could definitively say that this is the biggest fight of 2025, right?
Yeah.
For
okay.
Sure.
On Netflix. We got to remember where boxing is at, because we all been feeling a little duped from the other boxing, like Mike Tyson coming out with the Jake Paul shit or whatever. Who else there was? Roy Jones Jr. Tank with this bullshit. So we got a bad taste in our mouth as boxing fans right now. This is probably the least amount of hope that the boxing game had in a long time. And
we're gonna get that bad taste right back. We're gonna get that bad taste right back out of this fight.
This is one of those fights we wanted to see.
No, I want to see this for sure. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna happen, being that the big difference between the two weight classes and shit. You know what I'm saying? But now it's here. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And it's like, damn, I know Tank. I mean, I don't want to go off subject from us talking about Bud and Crawford, but it's like we could actually had a nice line of boxing matches if Tank would go fight Shakur or something, man, or fight somebody that should be, in his realm, or do the rematch for Roach. But
and get Roach that rematch, man. That's what we want to see, that rematch.
Yeah, give us some real boxing. You know what I'm saying? We know you want the bag and want to retire, bro. But damn, you could have gave Roach the rematch or something. Because imagine seeing that after this fight, even though, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, get that in Christmas or beginning of next year.
Boxing is back. That's what we'll be like. Boxing is back. You're giving us these fights we want to see.
Yeah, you know what I
mean? Now you touring with us,
right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. My thing is Bud tonight, bro. We gonna see, man.
With that being said, Bud take the win tonight. Nebraska football is on the up and up, man. It's a good time to be a Husker, man. You know what I'm
saying? Hey, if Bud don't pull this off, Nebraska gonna be hurt.
Nah, we won't be hurt, man. If Bud pull it off, we overly excited. But if he don't pull it off, if somehow he don't pull this off, we understand, man. We gonna it'd be excuses to y'all, but we gonna come with, hey, he went up 2 sides, he fought, he did his best. We got his back.
Yeah, we got his back. And the Huskers came into the game this morning. They came in with Crawford shirts, so they already repping, man. They already getting it.
Man, the whole city. Oh, and by the way, we up double figures already.
Oh yeah. It's just a warm up to Michigan. It's just a warm up to the big game.
Exactly.
I just peeked in on Michigan. Michigan up 14-0.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to bring him next week. We definitely gonna have to bring him next week. This is just we had two cup cut games. The first game was it was decent, Cincinnati, but we had 2 cup cut games here. So we're gonna see what we do next week against Michigan. That's gonna be the real test.
Yeah, I saw the Huskers coming in with their support of Bud today. Yeah, that's kind of the biggest thing going on in the sports world today. That fight, man, and it's gonna be interesting to see
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see,
these
man.
two generational talents. You know, both of these guys, and you see the record. Canelo 63-2-2 with 39 knockouts. Bud 41-0, 31 knockouts. So they meeting at 165. They telling me that Canelo is naturally like 190. So he couldn't wait to even get down here.
He
Bud
been
putting on weight to get up here.
he been there for a minute.
Yeah, but I guess
Yeah,
people don't really factor in that walk around weight when and
yeah.
cutting, because when you're because he's not moving weight classes, so people don't look at it as him cutting weight like that because
Hmm.
he already has to do that anyway all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's still his regular routine. Whereas Bud, he had to,
Jump up.
so right. You know what I'm saying?
But the
So does
39 knockouts for Canelo. 39
Mhm.
knockouts for Canelo, 31 knockouts for Crawford. So both guys are big punchers. You know, we talked about the counter punching ability, but both of them are just big punchers where they usually get fights over with. So I don't think we'll get the brawl, but we're gonna get some action for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna
We
get
for
someone
sure
they
gonna get some
stand in there and
action.
they throw hands. I don't. They're too much of a, like you said. They're too much of power punchers where we're not gonna get some action in certain moments. And I think, and the
Yeah.
thing about Bud, man, his whole career has been based on being the underdog. His whole career has been based off of him. Yeah, he's good, but is he good enough? Is he,
Mm.
he's kind of built, and that was played kind of in the video. I think they kind of hinted at in the video you played, but Bud always is coming from, it's always like he's having to raise himself to this certain status because he's not good enough, and he's gonna be in there with that mentality tonight. Like, okay, y'all think I'm not good enough? Okay, watch me work. So you have to, and
He got something to prove.
yeah, I mean, whereas Canelo's like, man, I just gotta get to the 12th round. I just gotta, what I mean, I just gotta make it and whatever and get paid. I'm not saying he don't want to
And,
win. I'm not saying he don't want
and
to win either.
let's
I'm not.
let's be
I'm
real.
not saying he don't want to win. I'm just saying, does he have the more incentive to win compared to Bud? He doesn't.
It's more
Fuck
pressure.
Yeah.
it.
It's more pressure on Bud to win this fight.
Right. He don't have the incentive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because nigga, even if you knock me out, guess what? I got 150 million. I don't give a damn. Matter of fact, let's run this shit back.
I mean,
You
and
know what I'm
and
saying?
Canelo already has 2 losses and 2 ties.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, is flawless up until this point. So
Right. So
yeah, of course,
all
it's
Bud beats Canelo tonight, and we look at it as like the young. Well, we look at it, the younger fighting is taking over. You know, Bud is younger. We gonna give him all
no
Bud
the
older,
respect.
older.
Older than Canelo.
But older. Man, so the
Canelo
fuck is, man.
35, Bud 37. So
So
yeah,
the fuck is, man.
I mean,
I'm tripping. But we still look at it as, you know, this undefeated. Like we just said, this is an undefeated guy. Goddamn, he coming in. He did what he's supposed to
no,
do.
it becomes more of the Bud Crawford era when you talk about the time in boxing. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think I
When
think I think
he
he
get
getting
to
out of
jumping
here after that.
across. I'm just saying when he get to jumping across different weight classes, you can't you can't name the top guys without naming him. That puts him in a different realm. So, and I think that's why he even jumping around to find a mega fight like this to put his name up there. Because he could have stayed where he was at and kept going and kept being. He could have been 50-0.
There ain't
He
nobody
could
over
have
there.
been whatever. But ain't nobody, yeah. And how much money would that really generate? How much respect would that really give him?
Do we
Yeah.
really want to?
Dude
Do we really
jumping
want to see
up.
those fights in that division? You know what I mean? Because we
Yeah,
already
they
saying
were
Bud ain't really fighting
before
nobody.
before this Canelo fight. They were really, people who are super boxing fans. Guys who's watching every day, day and out, and really there. They really wanted him to fight Boots Ennis. I believe over there in the IBF. They really wanted him to fight him, and they were, oh, he's ducking Boots and all this, but it's not that he was ducking, buddy. He just wanted the big fight. Like you said, why are you gonna go keep fighting people for a little, chicken scratch? And they might not be a draw. And people also got to realize, as much as Bud has fans and has a lot of people that love him, he's not the draw of a lot of fighters. There's at least probably, Canelo, Tank for sure, are bringing more people in than Bud bringing in to a fight for sure, like hands down. And even with the Spence fight, Bud was not the favorite in that fight when it came to the fans in the crowd. People
And
was,
I wasn't on Bud's side that fight.
yeah,
I
you know what
I
I
went
mean?
with Spence.
See, I
I
was
went
on
with
Bud's
Spence.
side, but see how many people was not rocking with Bud because Bud is
It's a
not.
lot of like majority of the same people. Well, I'm saying on the black side on that little promo or that video that was just up.
Yeah,
There's a lot of those guys were going with Spence.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them.
Oh
You
yeah,
feel what I'm
probably the
saying?
majority of them. To be honest with you, man, it
So
might have been.
to be honest with you, Crawford's biggest follower, and I'm not. His biggest following is Nebraska. Nebraska, goddamn it, they gonna take care of their own.
Yeah.
Outside of that, nah.
No, because
It ain't
Bud.
really too
Because
much.
let's be real. I wish we had the clip here, man. But Bud is that guy. But Bud's personality does not draw people in like other fighters. He don't have the. To me, he don't have the draw and like how he is. Bud just gonna go in there and whoop your ass. He ain't for all the cameras and lights. He does it because he has to. But that's not really his angle. You know
And
what I'm
this is
saying?
the most shit talking and all the other shit I've seen him do. And it's like, I gotta do this to promote this fight because this is my biggest fight. But that ain't really his style in these press conferences and shit.
Nah. That's not
The shit
him.
he's doing now, that's not him. This is all to promote this fight. Buzz sit there at previous press conference. I sit there and watch the opponent do all the talking. He sit there and laugh like, "I'll show you. You'll see." That's it. You don't get too much out of him. But he's doing a lot of talking while Canelo sits back chilling this time.
Yeah.
Bud thing is to promote this fight, but that's not what Bud do.
Nah, that's not what he does. That's Tank. That's Tank. Tank. That's why people love Tank. That's why he got so many people because he is a great promoter during his fights. He talks shit like a mud. Like people love that. And that's not his angle. That's not his move. He wants to go there and just.
Tank want to go in and talk that shit to you, and then go in there and beat the shit out of you.
I mean, Canelo don't talk a lot of stuff either, though. Ain't like he.
That's what we said. So somebody had to be the shit talker in this fight.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah,
and that's where you got Bud. That's what I'm saying. That's not what Bud do.
But the actual real boxing difference.
Say what?
Said and know the difference in between. I mean, you know the significance of this fight. This is like for Crawford. This is everything. If he wins this fight, like I said, he put his name in. No, I'm saying he put his name in a different realm.
This is for us, my nigga.
Talk.
But the thing is, if Crawford wins tonight, if Crawford wins tonight, who do you fight after this? Where you go? You go back down and fight? You fight in that weight class or what? It's nobody bigger than Canelo in that weight class. He's the champ for a reason.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rematch, bro. Like,
he might retire.
He retired.
And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at him retired. His biggest payday, and he walks out a champion in multiple divisions.
Well, it's probably a rematch clause in the contract somewhere. I would assume. I don't know that, but
Turkey might have to go fight in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? That might be.
Yeah, I lose interest when they start getting on that soil and all that shit. I lose interest. But the money over there for them, but over here in America, it's 5 o'clock over there. It's 3 o'clock in the morning over here. You know what I'm saying? So we don't see these fights.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury and Joshua Anthony and all that. I didn't even know the niggas had fought, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it took place over there. We seeing the 7 o'clock, so we tuning in at 7 o'clock on our time, and these niggas done fought at 3 a.m. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so nah, I ain't fucking with it over there. They gotta stay over here. They lose interest when they take it over there.
Yeah, it's like 9 hours. They're like 9 hours ahead too. So yeah, it's literally like eight. It's like 8 o'clock. It's like 8 o'clock at night over there right now. So we have to watch the fight. To watch the fight, we watching at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
You know what I'm saying? And then they get niggas, they get fried, they get through the week fights and all that shit. Man, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
We ain't watching that shit. I'm at work while this shit going on. I get off work thinking I'm finna turn my TV on and watch the fight. These niggas are goddamn it. Highlights come across ESPN. Like, what the
fuck? Yeah. But yeah, man, tonight's gonna be should be one for the books, man. It should be a classic fight. Once again, like I said, I got my bets on Bud Crawford to take the fight. You know, the Nebraska boy. You know, we're gonna see what he does, man. He's gonna definitely put that work on Canelo, man. Even though, you know, people gonna say what they're gonna say. My bets is on Bud.
My pick is Bud.
Hey, I'm leaning toward Bud, but I'm in the middle really, cause man, this.
Oh, go ahead and make your pick right now.
No, but this is it right now. It ain't no thing. This is it right now. This is it right now.
This an all-time fight, man.
So you got a draw then. That's what you saying. The fight gonna be a draw.
I'm gonna go with Canelo since both of y'all going with Bud.
So that's the reason why you going with him, or do you really feel like Canelo is gonna win the fight?
I'm so in the middle.
Don't say you gonna go for Canelo because we went with Bud.
I mean, I said Bud before, but like I said, I'm so in the middle with it because, man, I can't just discount, this other generational ass boxer who even more so proven than Bud is. Like, Bud got 41 fights. This man got 65, 60, 66 fights.
And he fought Floyd Mayweather, so I understand. But he ain't winning tonight.
But we'll see, Hey, Christopher Allen in the comments, he said, Bud.
Man, we don't need nobody like Christopher Allen in the comments. We need him on the show, not the comments. That shit is designated for Ron B, not Christopher Allen.
Yeah.
Ron B.
And then he got his real name on here. He got his government name on here.
Man, that nigga a square anyway. But anyway, back to what we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it'll be interesting, man. We'll leave it there,
So we got known.
We'll tap back in after this.
We got known with Bud. T-Hoy taking Bud and Boss Man Jay with Canelo. So
I'm leaning. By the fight, I might be leaning the other way. I don't know.
You can't keep doing all this now, God.
I'm in the middle, man.
What's gonna change from the fight to right now?
I'm thinking about it. I'm running it through my head.
Yeah,
running it through scenarios, man.
Yeah, but we gonna move along from this.
Yeah, we'll leave it right there until later because we got to come back and see how this turned out. One of the super fights,
Oh. Yeah, but
until next time on the Game Changer podcast, y'all like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back.
Stay tuned.